Excuse me, why the fuck is nobody talking about this?
Before we begin this hearing, guests and viewers should be advised that this hearing will discuss the medical abuse of women in the custody of the U.S. government, and that this subject matter is deeply distressing and highly sensitive. 18 months ago, I launched a PSI investigation focused on the medical treatment of women detained by the Department of Homeland Security. This investigation has been bipartisan from start to finish, and I'd like to thank Ranking Member Johnson and his staff for their contributions. Our findings are deeply disturbing. It is the bipartisan finding of the subcommittee that female detainees in Georgia were subjected by a DHS contracted doctor to excessive, invasive, and often unnecessary gynecological surgeries and procedures with repeated failures to obtain informed medical consent. This is an extraordinarily disturbing finding, and in my view represents a catastrophic failure by the federal government to respect basic human rights. These medical experts reviewed the clinical conduct of Dr. Mahindra Amin, an OBGYN doctor contracted by the Department of Homeland Security, who has subjected female detainees to aggressive and unethical gynecological care, quickly scheduled surgeries when non-surgical options were available, performed unnecessary injections and treatments, and often proceeded without informed consent. In addition to this expert review of medical records, the subcommittee analyzed relevant data secured from ICE, and the results of our analysis were shocking. For example, from 2017 to 2020, Dr. Amin accounted for just 6.5% of all off-site OBGYN visits for all ICE detainees nationwide. Yet during the same period, this single doctor, according to ICE statistics, performed 82% of all dilation and curettage surgeries, 93% of all contraceptive injections, and 94% of all laparoscopic surgeries to remove lesions performed on the entire ICE detainee population nationwide. Let me reiterate those statistics. One doctor, 6.5% of OBGYN visits, 82% of DNC surgeries, 93% of contraceptive injections, 94% of laparoscopic surgeries to remove lesions performed on the entire nationwide ICE detainee population. The subcommittee sought an interview with Dr. Amin during this investigation, and when he declined, we issued a subpoena. Dr. Amin invoked his Fifth Amendment right not to testify and has not spoken with the subcommittee. Among the essential questions we will ask today: why are doctors who treat detainees not properly vetted by the Department of Homeland Security, when such a vet would have revealed in this case that the doctor in question had been previously sued by the Department of Justice and the state of Georgia for performing excessive and unnecessary procedures, had been dropped by a major insurer for excessive malpractice claims, and was not board certified? What due diligence did the Department of Homeland Security perform in signing off on each of these procedures? Because indeed, they did sign off on each of these procedures. Why was the inexplicably high number of surgeries performed by a single physician not a red flag that attracted greater scrutiny? What responsibility is borne by the private detention center operator for mistreatment of detainees housed in their facilities when that mistreatment occurs at an off-site medical facility? All of these and more will be the subject of vigorous questioning today.